Welcome to World Conflict Channel. Battles continue in Bakhmut. Yesterday we reported that the Ukrainian army launched a counterattack in the northwest direction to prevent the Wagner forces from completely encircling the city. Both Ukrainian and Russian sources report a hellish night in the direction of Bohdanivka. According to local sources, after heavy fighting, the Ukrainian armed forces forced the Wagner forces to retreat in this direction. Also, during the night, the Ukrainian army destroyed two ammunition depots of the Russians slightly behind the battle zone. According to today's information, the counterattacks and superiority of the Ukrainian armed forces in this direction still continue. Probably, on February 24, 2022, no one could have imagined that a year after the start of the war, Russia's military and political fate would depend on one small city, Bakhmut. The fact that Russia's military political fate in the war became dependent on Bakhmut is a whole complex system of the smartest action of the General Staff of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and the manifestation of the high efficiency of the Ukrainian forces operating in the field. If Russia fails to take Bakhmut, Russia has no chance of further success on the front in a conventional war. During this time, the Ukrainian internal troops were able to create new defensive lines in the rear of Bakhmut, create new logistics hubs, and provide safe routes for supplies. At the same time, he decided to defend Bakhmut until the end and buy the necessary time before a potential large Ukrainian counterattack in a relatively effectively defended city due to its geographical location. First, Bakhmut is a small but densely urban city with several large industrial zones, hills in the back, steppe plains on the flanks, and divided in the middle by a river. Using these conditions, the Ukrainian General Staff developed a defense system tailored to Bakhmut, including the use of tactical retreats, the descent of bridges leading to the city, as well as the ruin of the bridges connecting the western and eastern parts of the city, thereby limiting the chance of Russian mixed military groups invading the city from the east to reaching the center. At the same time, Russian units located in the eastern part are effectively controlled from the high-rise buildings in the central part, and they are constantly under fire as a result of the impact. There is an effective suppression of all attempts to cross the river. Russian mixed military groups are trying to attack from the flanks to lay siege to the city. However, here the steppe area is already involved in the case, which creates the greatest resistance to the Russian mechanized and infantry units that went on the attack. On the other hand, it simplifies the defense of the Ukrainian artillery located in the rear of Bakhmut, on the heights, and Ukrainian units on the contact line on the flanks, which through effective aerial observation from the flanks prevents all stabs by orcs to close the boiler. We must remember that Bakhmut is both a military and politically important city for Russia, because for months now, unlike the Ukrainians, Russian forces on the front have no tangible progress, especially for the cattle. On the other hand, if the Russians fail to capture Bakhmut, even theoretically, there is no chance for them to completely capture the Donetsk region. Therefore, the Russian General Staff has no other choice. They should try and fully engage the existing resources in the Battle of Bakhmut to take the city, and at least theoretically leave the possibility of occupying the Donetsk region, and at the same time, by propaganda of success, to maintain and increase the support of the Russian public for the continuation of the war. Due to these reasons, the military-political leadership of Ukraine decided to defend Bakhmut until the last prospect to prepare for a big counterattack, for which the formation of new mechanized and infantry troops, with the help of Western military aid, is actively underway now. Thanks for watching. You can support us by subscribing to our channel.